One word to describe litho, it would be quality.
I have to have someone that's really dependable, someone that I totally feel comfortable will just take the project and make it happen.
It's been a great relationship.
They make sure that it's always done perfect.
Say what you do what you say, and prove it. This belief system is what puts LithoFlexo in a category all its own. With literally tens of thousands of printers in America, only a fraction of them are qualified to do the caliber of work you are about to see. I think you're going to agree no one has a history like LithoFlexo in Salt Lake City, Utah. Established in 1967, LithoFlexo continues to be the leader in this highly competitive industry. But the story starts long before that.
I've been president of LithoFlexograph since 1986. My father was a Dutch immigrant that came to the United States in 1957. And he was one of the fortunate ones that was able to come here and had the American dream opportunity to start his own company because of the taxing situation that was going on in Holland. So in 1967, he'd been working for 10 years with a machinery repair company. He decided to start his own company, and we became Lithographics. For approximately 10 years after that, we were printing, and we had a company by the name of Deseret Medical that a gentleman by the name of Dale Ballard gave my father the opportunity to take a look at Tyvek printing, which was really our first introduction into the medical industry. At that point, we were able to make our first investment in a press called a Flexo press, which was at that time in the history of flexography, very new to the industry. So we made the investment into flexography, which was the ability to print on rolls a substrate that was very hard to print on, Tyvek. That material was used in the medical heat seal packaging industry to seal a enclosed catheter in a surgical environment where it be heat sterilized, autoclavable, or ETO, or irradiated. As that grew and grew and grew, we became more involved instead of just lithographics where we were printing and very good at doing it, DFUs, directions for use in the medical industry. We became more and more involved with the packaging and labeling side of that industry. As we became more and more involved now in the mid-80s into labeling, we bought another machine which was doing the pressure sensitive labels that goes onto the box and the package that the brochure of the other side of the company that we were printing for was supporting. So it was kind of a unique situation. We were the first printer that I know of in Utah to be able to have both the lithographic now and a flexographic support system that printed for those type of industries. Instead of having to go for the purchase agent to two separate vendors, we were now able to supply them with a lithographic and a flexographic piece.
If you're considering doing business with LithoFlexo, nothing will convince and influence you more than a satisfied customer.
I've always wanted to be not a Me Too product. Unfortunately, my father passed away in 1986. So I was one of those stories that you hear where the kid goes, geez, you know, I've got this great opportunity, and I've heard that the next generation is always the one that doesn't realize what it took to get there. And I thought, you know, on my watch, I'm not going to let that happen. At that time, I made a commitment to myself, first of all, and then my mother, to say, you know what, I'm going to take this to the next level.
We care. We care about our customers' needs, and that we have the partnership and the quality and the friendship to help that partnership continue on for years. Most of our customers have been with us for years, and the biggest core value is we care about them.
If you're wondering if LithoFlexo is the right company for your printing needs, just take a look at the wide range of industries they already serve.
Because of my job, and every collateral piece that leaves this building has my name attached to it in one way or another, so I need to make sure that it is a very, very good quality piece. I searched out several printing companies in the surrounding areas as well as in other states just to make sure that I was getting the best quality and the best price, of course. It was actually LithoFlexographic and their philanthropy efforts is where I found them, and it was through the Make-A-Wish Foundation that I met Yolanda Versteege. And she actually became very close to me because she was working on a project with Make-A-Wish, and I also was associated with that foundation at the time. And since then we've actually become, I consider, friends, and we work with Ronald McDonald House. We're both on the board. So that was where it all started. So I had them bid on a few projects, and they were very good priced, extremely good priced. They were dedicated, and it is actually a rare find to find a company that is that dedicated, that will take your project from step one to finalizing it.
We have printers calling on us at least once a week, offering to do our label work for us, which is the main thing that LithoFlexo does. And we always allow them to quote their costs and to get samples from them. But every time, even if their cost comes in slightly lower, the quality of the product that they're giving us does not match LithoFlexo's. When we use LithoFlexo, we know we don't have to worry about the printing being the bottleneck or the roadblock to finishing a project. Every single time they are able to fulfill the project, usually ahead of schedule, and the quality is always there, so there is no reason for us to deviate from using them. We can continue using them no matter how many printers call on us.
I came to LithoFlexo Graphics because of the values that they had in place. And for me as an individual, they fit my demeanor. We want to deliver quality, we want to deliver prompt service to our clients, and we want to be honest and stand behind the work we do.
I think in describing LithoFlexo, it would be hard to choose. If it was one word, it would be quality. If I could change it to 2 words, I think my description would be customer service. I think with any vendor, you can find a vendor that's going to provide you with what you need, but customer service is so important nowadays. And the relationship that we've had with them, and the quality, the support and the partnership is very important.
I think the main thing that attracts us to Litho is their consistent quality. We need that kind of supplier to help us grow. We're growing fast, and we have very particular, discriminating customers. Quality is the most important thing.
For the last couple of minutes, you've been hearing the words LithoFlexo. A lot of people, including myself, have wondered what these two words together really mean.
The primary difference between the two types of printing is that in flexography, your printing plate actually comes into contact with your printing surface or your substrate, which makes it different than what you have in lithography, where the image is actually transposed via blanket rollers to the substrate or the paper that you're printing on. That's the primary difference. Plus, in our industry, all colors are laid down in line. We can print up to 23 inches wide, repeats of 24 inches long, and we can also print up to 10 colors on any given substrate.
What other key elements make LithoFlexo an industry standard?
I think one thing that makes LithoFlexo unique is that we not only specialize in different types of printing, we are able to not only take and do a pressure sensitive label for a customer, we can do a marketing piece, a kit cover. We're able to do a full turnkey for them. And it's very unique. In a lot of printing companies, they typically will specialize in either web printing or offset or flexography, and we do, except for the web, we do it all.
One thing in our shop, we're direct to plate on both litho and flexo. The reason why we decided to move to digital plate making was for speed of getting the jobs to the press quicker. And then if we did have a problem on the press, we could get it back into pre-press and get a plate made quicker.
The old technology would be film, would be manual stripping, would be manual positioning. And now with the digital, it just goes straight from the computer to a printing plate, be it a litho aluminum plate or a polymer flexo plate. The integrity and the technology is just awesome. The quality is fantastic.
The nice thing about flexible packaging, it just seems like more of the market is moving towards flexible packaging. We're a society that likes individual dosages, and we want to take them to work with us, and that's where the flexible packaging makes a big sense. The neat thing about variable data is with new technology, we run an order for about 1.3 million pieces, all sequentially numbered. You know, you just don't find a lot of equipment that can do that out in the marketplace.
In February 2001, LithoFlexo received the prestigious designation of ISO 9001-2000 certification. Let's find out exactly what ISO is and why it should be important to every one of LithoFlexo's customers.
Being ISO certified sets us apart from a lot of our competition for the fact that we have written procedures that are documented where it will give the repeatability and the reliability of print jobs that we do, different than our competitors. There's a terminology we use in-house, tribal knowledge. And if it's not written down, it just becomes tribal knowledge. And if that individual happens to leave a company, then all that knowledge that they've gained goes with them.
At one time we went through the painstaking efforts to become ISO certified as well. And actually, LithoFlexo Graphics had just gone through that process. And so they actually had a lot of really good and helpful ideas of how to become successful in trying to become certified. And it definitely means something.
When we're approached by other printing companies, it's a small world and they know that we use LithoFlexo. And quite frankly, we haven't had a lot of reps trying to steal Litho's business away. They usually give up at that point.
The best quality product, LithoFlexo would be my choice.
As a potential customer, you owe it to yourself to investigate what LithoFlexo has to offer and take the challenge. Let them show you that they can say what they do what they say, and then prove it. I'm Phil Reeson. Thanks for watching.